Native News Today.
All right, welcome to Native News Today for this week. Jason Salzman along with Gerald Wofford here, and we want to thank everybody for joining us because we know that we are in the midst of the 34th annual Muskogee Creek Nation Festival, United in Spirit. So if you're not out at the festival grounds, we're glad you're checking us out here on Native News Today. Gerald?
That's right. Can you believe it? Another time for the Creek Nation Festival, the 34th annual. And as Mr. Salzman alluded to, a lot of people out there, we hope that you get a chance to come on down to Okmulgee and take in some of the festivities and the events going on. 34 years, can you believe that? And you know, not to tell my host's age here, but the festival is actually older than Mr. Salzman here.
The festival has outlived Jay Sauls.
Well, I mean, it started before you.
Well, yeah, okay.
We won't tell his age because we'll save that answer for the Native News Today trivia game when that comes out later.
Native News Trivial Pursuit there, if you will. But
that's right.
I'm going to actually gain a year. My birthday's tomorrow, so getting a year. So.
Okay, send all your email greetings here to Jay Salzman. Happy birthday,
Yes.
okay?
In lieu of gifts, just send cash.
Yeah, or here at Tribe, purchase order requisition.
Absolutely. But with all of that aside, we got the festival going on, but we also got some other things going on. Gerald, tell us about some of the places you got to travel this week.
Well, as you know, as we've always been alluding to, we like to travel the highways and byways, searching out those stories here for Native News Today. We ventured up north to Bartlesville.
First time in Bartlesville, I think, for us.
I believe so.
I mean, yeah.
Another question, another answer for Native News Today trivia game. We ventured up to the Oklahoma Indian All-State basketball game that took place there on the campus of Oklahoma Wesleyan University.
Yeah, we had some local Creek citizens actually taking part in that game. One of them, Ryan Hudson, has been on the show before. So Ryan Hudson's no stranger to Native News Today, and just right down the road in Preston. We want to congratulate him as well as everyone else on the rosters there. That's a very good accomplishment for us.
Yeah, there were great Indian athletes from all over the state. And Jason, I guess our program today is kind of taking a sports theme, if you will, not only covering the great Indian athletes on the basketball court, also a great Creek pitching young phenom by the name of Alyssa Taylor.
Yeah, Alyssa, she's got a great talent, and she's going to be, a force to be reckoned with for hitters for many years to come in the softball circle.
And as we mentioned about the Creek Festival, it actually started last week with some of the festivities. A softball tournament was held. This man here and his brother and his team, we're going to spotlight them just to show you that this man here just doesn't sit behind the computer and type out stories and everything. He's actually pretty good on the sporting field there, so we'll have that today.
Well, I appreciate it, Gerald. Let's just get started right now and show him that story and kick it off. A little embarrassing, but here it is.
All right, rocking and rolling here at the Creek Nation softball tournament here in Okmulgee, Oklahoma. Now with two gentlemen here that represent CCP. You know this man over here on the side here. Just to let you know, he's not just a one-dimensional man. He just doesn't sit behind the computer and write out stories and cover all the stuff for Native News. This man's an athlete too, and his older protege here who taught him how to play ball. Talking other than Mr. Jason Salzman, Mr. Mike Salzman, CCP, victorious this morning here on the grounds of the Okmulgee ball fields. And gentlemen, you got to be feeling good about this game this morning and how your team played.
We are. I mean, we got a win today. Last night, didn't get the result we wanted. Got beat by a walk-off single in the last inning. So, Gerald, that was tough. You know how I am. I hate to lose. And so it was hard dropping the first night, but we came out today and put together a really good effort, and it's all about having fun. We had a good time this morning. Everybody was up and at 'em at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. start time, but that's Creek Festival for you, so it's been a lot of fun.
Now, Mike, I understand you're the kind of the Zen master and kind of, analyze the team and what's the weaknesses and what's the strengths. What was the key for the success today as opposed to last evening?
Well, I don't know. I think in any co-ed tournament you get in, your key is going to be how well your girls hit. If they can get on in front of the guys, and maybe get some balls out of the park, or generate some runs for our team, we're always going to do better. And our girls hit today. I mean, we had 15 runs, I believe, and compared to last night, we scored 5. So girls hit today, and we got a few timely base hits behind them, and things started rolling this morning. So we're looking forward to 3 o'clock.
That's right. 3 o'clock is their next game here, and one of the ball fields they'll be playing on today. And that's you brought up an interesting point there, though. Even in sports, even in this tough, macho, male-dominated sports world softball, it's still dependent on how the women play.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like you said, in the co-ed game, it's completely different. You got to have girls that can play, that know the game, know situational baseball and softball, know where to go with the ball when the ball's hit to them, and how to handle the bat too. Not just get up there and swing it, but maybe if you get an outside pitch, throw your hands at it and let the bat lead the way and go the other way. Or if you get an inside pitch, pull it down the line and move some runners over. So we got some girls that know how to play ball, and that's always makes it good. But that's what you see out at the Creek Festival and the Cherokee Festival and Indian tournaments like that. Is you got Indian girls that come out, and Indian girls know how to play softball. And we're thankful that we got a lot of Indian girls on our team.
Well, Mike, you got to be happy with your performance today. Were you?
Not so much. I got to get geared up here, and 2 for 3 is good, but it's not 3 for 3. So I'd like to have that last one back. And overall, as a team, though, we played good, and that's what it's all about.
We got to be happy. You kind of got that last catch there, kind of shut out the game, put the cap on it.
Yeah, I put the cap on it. I'm always happy out here, and playing with my brother. That's why we do this, because we're so close, and we've always played ball since we were little, and we only got the chance to play one time together on the same team in high school in baseball. I was a freshman, he's a senior, and now we get to play together just about every weekend. And man, I'll tell you what, I'm speaking for Mike too. It's just a lot of our life, man. Every weekend we're so excited when we got a tournament, and it brings us together, and it gives us a chance to be on the same team again. And there ain't nothing better than this, man. There ain't no place I'd rather be than out here playing ball.
Saul's brothers take their act on the road from McIntosh County and head up north into Okmulgee. Victorious this morning. They're planning the same thing at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Gentlemen, all the best.
Thank you, G-Woff.
Thanks, G.
All right.
One thing I do want to share with the audience there about this great sporting piece that we just did here, due to technical difficulties, and I have to apologize to my host here, he made 2 great plays there at the plate there, stopping the game, making the game clinching, catching the game clinching fly ball, and as well as hitting out the go-ahead run. I wasn't able to cover that, so.
Well, it's part of the deal. The 2 highlights that I actually make out there.
Well,
it's okay. I forgive you. It's all right. It's no big deal.
Well, the battery and stuff, but anyway, as we continue on here, as we mentioned, we went up to Bartlesville, Oklahoma Wesleyan University. They held the Oklahoma Indian All-State Basketball Tournament. Now, these are Indian athletes that come from all over the state to partake and get their talent showcased.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different schools represented, of a lot of different tribes, and a lot of great athletes out there. And this is a thing that a lot of these kids take great pride in, the Oklahoma Indian All-State team.
Native American basketball action is happening this weekend on the campus of Oklahoma Wesleyan University for the Oklahoma Indian All-State Basketball Game. And we're talking with 2 people here who make that event happen every year. That's Carol and Joe Connor. Tell us a little bit about this tournament and why you guys decided to put on such a unique event.
Well, about 13 years ago, we had a coach friend who asked us why there were no Native Americans that played in pro basketball. And we said, well, it's because they don't go to college, and you have to go to college to get recruited. And he said, why don't they go to college? And we said, that's a complicated story. I said, we should probably do something to get them there. He said, well, you 2 would probably do something boring. I think we should do Oklahoma Indian All-State Basketball. I said, let's do it. 13 years later, here we are. We have every year many kids who are recruited to play college basketball, many kids who go to college. This year, for the first time, we have a guy who played in Oklahoma Indian All-State who's coaching one of the teams, Travis Victory.
Travis Victory.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And Joe, I guess you back up, echo what Carol says here. You're happy with the success of the tournament?
Oh, certainly are. I think that one of the things that, as Carol said, the coach that helped us was named B.J. Smith. He's a member of the Osage Nation, which I am also a member of the tribe, and we both played ball. He was a little bit better ball player than me and had a pretty good career in it. But we talked about all the Indian basketball we played all across the country, and 3-on-3s and this, that, and the other. And both of us said, we know a lot of good Indian basketball players, and then he asked the question, why aren't they in college NBA? And so here comes the answer. We'll help them get there, maybe take the next step, get to college. And as Carol said, Now we've had almost 600 athletes through Oklahoma Indian All-State since the beginning. We have many of them who've gone on to distinguished careers in NCAA, NAI, Division II NAI, in NCAA, National Junior College. We've had several All-Americans in those venues who've gone on. Some of them you might recognize currently. We were former Indian All-State Jenna Plumley, who's now at OU. We had Stephen Lookout early on, who was a standout at Oklahoma Baptist University. We've had several, like say Laura, and I forget the other girl's name. There's been so many. Jenny, and also Jenny Linger of Tahlequah, who was an All-American at Southwest Missouri. So the competition here at Indian All-State is, bar none, we think some of the best basketball in the state of Oklahoma at a high school level, and we're just really happy to be associated with it and help make it happen.
Joe and Carol Connor here at the Oklahoma Indian All-State Basketball Classic. I'm going to say classic because I think that's what it is here. Appreciate all y'all's help, and I think I speak for all the Indian community.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Jason, what is it about softball? I mean, of course, it's this time of year and everything, but, you know, Indians just flock to the game of softball.
They absolutely do, Gerald, and I don't really have an explanation for it. I just know that that's the way it's always been since I was little. You know, I remember, you know, all the teams back in the day, and my uncle's team, you know, is
Which we spotlighted here
yes,
before.
Yes, absolutely. We've spotlighted here before, Turkey Springs and Amarin softball, and they just it's a game that we've all, you know, as Indian people, we've loved over the years, and it's really brought us together. You know, as another story showed with the OJs out at the, you know, the Mason Indian community. So.
Well, as we alluded to, they start early, and one Creek pitcher who is starting early is Creek phenom pitcher Alyssa Taylor.
Yeah, Alyssa, she grew up in the Henrietta area and was around the great program they have there at Henrietta High School, and her mother was assistant coach there for Henrietta too. So she's ingrained in the arts of softball, and she's going to be a heck of a talent when she gets older. She already is.
I'm Alyssa, and I play pitcher.
How did you feel your team did today?
Pretty much the same. I mean, we were supposed to come out and win this game, I think. Yeah.
Well, listen, let me ask you about your pitching out there when you got to pitch and everything. What's going through your mind when you're there in the middle of the game and kind of, you know, what kind of goes through your mind to get yourself ready for that next pitch?
Well, really, you can't really think a lot because then you mess up. But when you think about it, all you have to do is just remember all your mechanics and all you've learned and just make sure that you pitch it to the right spot.
Why do you choose to play this game? What's about it that makes you want to play it?
Knowing that not everybody can do it. I mean, that knowing that if I could come out here and I could play my best game, and knowing that some people would just be on the couch not being able to play because they don't think they can do it.
Well, I know you got a lot of years playing, a lot of other things to do and stuff, but do you have an idea like how long you'd like to play? Would you like to just keep on playing or what?
Yeah, I'd like to make it on the pros. So.
Well, all right. Well, best of luck. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, Gerald, as we mentioned, the festival, we are in the midst of it right now, but it actually has already begun. The Creek Festival, I don't know, it's kind of an enigma. You know, they say, oh, festival weekend, but if people around here know the real deal, festival is actually a succession of weekends. And last weekend, a couple weekends ago actually, was the Miss Muskogee Nation pageant.
That's right. It's such a big event. It happens over a succession of weekends, as you alluded to there, kind of as an enigma. That's a good, you know, riddle me this, riddle me that. You know.
Yeah. Thank you to
Where
you
does
know,
the
Joel
Creek Festival
Schumacher and
happen
Batman
at?
Forever for that. What now?
Yeah, riddle me this, riddle me that. Where does the Creek Nation Festival happen at?
At the Claude Cox Omniplex,
That's
at
perfect.
Henrietta High School Auditorium, and at, let's see, well, that's it.
The Rodeo Grounds.
Two places, the Rodeo Grounds.
But we got the results of the Creek Nation Princess pageants and all the divisions that were taking place there.
Yes, and we have royalty right here for you right now.
Junior Miss, first runner-up for the Muskogee Creek Nation Junior Miss for 2008 is Jessica Sands. And our new Junior Miss for Muskogee Creek Nation 2008 is J.C. Campbell. Here is your new Muskogee Creek Nation 2008 Junior Miss.
Thank you. I want to thank Creek Nation for giving me the opportunity to compete in this competition. And I just want to thank you all. I'm so happy. Thanks.
Okay, I'm going to announce the first runner-up in the Muskogee Creek Nation Little Miss Division 1. First runner-up is Micah Osborne. Little Miss Division 1 for Muskogee Creek Nation for year 2008, Suntilla Jack. We'll go ahead and announce the first runner-up for Little Miss Division 2 for Muskogee Creek Nation for year 2008. First runner-up is Nuwakis Hicks. All right. Our new Little Miss Division 2 for Muskogee Creek Nation is Taya Harjoja. First runner-up for Little Miss Division 3 for Muskogee Nation's 2008 pageant. First runner-up, Kyla Lemire. And now for the new Little Miss Division 3 for Muskogee Creek Nation 2008, Sierra Yahoa. We had 3 candidates who they all did very well. We will begin with second runner-up for Senior Miss Muskogee Nation 2008, and that will go to Clara Ballard. We now have first runner-up for Senior Miss Muskogee Nation, and should some, I won't say that. Our first runner-up for 2008 Muskogee Nation is Bonnie Gibson. And ladies and gentlemen, our new 2008 Muskogee Creek Nation Senior Miss, Delois Ralston. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the new Senior Miss Muskogee Nation, Delois Ralston. Of the 3 contestants for Miss Muskogee Nation 2008-2009, the second runner-up is Mallory Buckley. Our first runner-up for Miss Muskogee Creek Nation, Jamie Bullitt. And our new 2008-2009 Miss Muskogee Creek Nation, Elizabeth Gray. Ladies and gentlemen, our new 2008-2009 Muskogee Creek Nation, Elizabeth Gray.
And now if we can have Wilbur Gouch come back up for closing remarks. And then Second Chief Barry Hill is going to lead us in a closing prayer and song. So let's give all the contestants another round of applause for the great job.
Hey, Kenny, before we close out, I'd like to just take this time to again recognize another great individual that's helped us through this pageant for a number of years. Miss Alice Close is also. You know, I hope you enjoyed today's presentation as much as I did. There's a lot of talk about cultural preservation, language, and so forth. And even in our elder division, talked about dancing, and also in some of our comments on statements about dancing. And I just sitting back here and I was thinking about a few years ago, my wife went out to a powwow out in Western United States called Gathering of Nations. And during that time, she picked up a program and brought it back, and I was going through that program. And some reporter had interviewed a elderly lady from out west.
All right, we are done with this episode of Native News Today, and since we are in the midst of the festival rodeo, I'm going to hog tie this thing like I'm calf roping. Putting the squash on this episode.
And the young man from McIntosh County does it in 4.2 seconds.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
Whoa, hey, that's impressive.
Well, you know, just watching the rodeo announcers and everything.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty good. That's a good impersonation. Although one of my favorite that the rodeo announcers always do is they're like, put your popcorn and programs down and put your hands together for this cowboy out of Okmulgee, Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Did you get that one?
Yeah, that's a good tease, if you will, to invite you all out to the Creek Nation Festival, because through the magic of television and this weekend, the festival is still going on down in Okmulgee.
Yes, it's at the Claude Cox Omniplex right there off Highway 75. You can't miss it. As you're coming into Okmulgee, the Travel Plaza, the Creek Nation Travel Plaza, and the complex are right there. And just to your right there at the Travel Plaza at that stoplight will take you down to the rodeo arena. You can't miss it. You can't miss all the stuff going on at the festival grounds, actually. And go on out and have a good time if you got nothing going on tonight. So for Gerald Wofford, I'm Jason Salzman. For all the good people here at Native News Today, have a great weekend, a safe weekend. We'll see you next week.